Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers. Today we're talking about business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know about leadership and how to develop and hone in on the leadership skills that they need to take their businesses and or their brands to the next level. Do me a favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to learn the number one skill to elevate you, your business, and your brand. And if you're elevating your business, that should elevate your sales. If you're elevating your sales, that elevates your revenue. If you're elevating your revenue, that elevates your profits. Putting more money in your pocket is always a good thing. So smash that share button, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand. And y'all know how we do. Let's kick it. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I'm, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life Academy studios right here in St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not gotten your free copy of Monetize My Life, 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profit with little to no startup cost, you are doing yourself a disservice, ladies and gentlemen. I keep telling y'all, man, that if you don't have a business in America, Uncle Sam is going to eat your lunch. The penalty you pay for not having a business in America is high taxes. So you might as well start a business based on something that you already love to do. And this book will show you how to do it. All you got to do is go over to monetizemylifeacademy.com/free book. And of course, all the links will be in the show notes here momentarily. Do me a favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand. We're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur needs to know about building or developing their leadership skills in several different areas. A couple quick announcements before we get the show underway. If you have, how many of you guys already have a business, right? Do you have a business and are you satisfied with your business's online presence? Answer those two things. Do you have a business? If you answer yes, are you satisfied with your business's online presence? When somebody goes and Google your business, what will they find? See, if you're not satisfied with your online presence for your business, you need to join the Monetize My Life Academy. Guys, $1 gets you access to the premier digital marketing mastermind
for entrepreneurs. And that's all we do, is teach you how to put your business on the internet in an attractive, powerful, and profitable way. That is you, my friend. You need to go to monetizemylifeacademy.com. Also, for those of you who do not have a business, but you love economic empowerment, you do not have a business and you love economic empowerment, I want you to comment financial education, because I want to introduce you to the business that pays my bills, right? And I literally get paid for posting tips and strategies on social media in the area of finance, credit, debt, taxes, that kind of thing. I can show you guys how to do the same thing. I'm looking to work with, coach, and personally mentor 4 more people for the month of May. If you're interested, comment financial education, and I would love to have a conversation with you about how we can get you in the financial education space. So we're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know about leadership and how to develop the necessary leadership skills in multiple areas to grow their businesses and their brands. But before we get into that, y'all know what time it is. We got to do what's called the quote of the day. Right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, we do a quote of the day. And today's quote is from Steve Harvey. He says, to understand how to hit the game-winning shot, you got to miss a game-winning shot. Oh, I think y'all missed that. To understand how to hit a game-winning shot, you got to miss a game-winning shot. And I'm just going to walk this thing backwards so that you guys understand the whole process. Listen, he says, to understand how to hit a game-winning shot, you got to miss a game-winning shot. But guess what? Before you get to a game-winning shot, you got to put yourself in position to hit a game-winning shot. That means the game has got to be tied at the end in the last seconds. Are you fighting to make sure you have a position, a possibility to win? Guess what? You won't even have a possibility to win the game if you don't even get in the game. Oh, see, if we walk this thing all the way back, not only will you not have a possibility to win the game if you don't get in the game, you'll never be good enough to compete if you don't train. See, some of us want to be entrepreneurs. Some of us want to have online businesses. Some of us want to be rich, want to be wealthy, but we refuse to sacrifice any of our time in learning. We don't want to sacrifice any of our money to buy the courses, to pay for the mentors, to buy the coaches, to buy the to go to the conferences and the workshops. How do you expect to win? How do you expect to compete if you won't even train, if you won't even practice, if you won't even study, right? And then you have to have the will to even take the shot. See, there's a group of people in all sports, right, who do not want the big moment, right? So they've trained, they've put themselves in position to where they gotten good enough to not only make the team, but they're on the team and they're also in the game. How many of you guys know that people who are on the team aren't always in the game in what's called crunch time? But these people are not only good enough to make the team, then they're good enough to earn playing time, but they're good enough to be trusted by the coaches to be in the game during crunch time, right? But then not everybody who's in the game during crunch time want the ball in those final seconds. See, you got to be willing to take some risks. You got to be willing to take the game-winning shot, miss the game-winning shot, take all the ridicule that's going to come with you losing the game in order to learn how to hit the winning shot. You got to want that pressure. Michael Jordan wanted that pressure, y'all. Kobe Bryant wanted that pressure. Do you want that pressure to when it comes down to the wire, do you want to be that go-to person? Are you willing to take the risk? Hey man, if I'm going to win or if I'm going to lose, it's going to be on me, and I'm going to take full responsibility. Just like I'm going to take the credit for the win, I'm going to take the responsibility for the loss if I come up short. In order to understand how to hit a game winner, a game-winning shot, you got to miss a few game-winning shots. That is Steve Harvey. And that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show. Again, if you have a business and you do not like your business's presence on the internet, then you need to check out monetizemylifeacademy.com. You can enroll in our digital marketing mastermind for $1 for the first month. Test us out. If you like it, then you can stick around. $50 a month. If you do not like it, then no harm, no foul. You can just cancel your subscription at any time. So we're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know about leadership and how to develop those things, right? Yeah, you got to be willing to miss a few game-winning shots to develop what it takes to be ready for those moments, right? Let me see if I can find that meme so you guys can understand exactly what I mean when I say miss a few game-winning shots. All right, because I want you guys to get this. I want you guys to get this because this is what leadership is all about. Let me bring this up. Let me bring this up so y'all can get it. All right. Let me bring it up. I want y'all to see this. Because you got to be willing to take the risk, y'all. You got to be willing to take the risk. Let me blow this up a little bit. Let me blow it up a little bit. Uh-oh. I shrank it trying to blow it up. Michael Jordan, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again. And that's why I succeed. That's why I'm a champion. So you got to take a few game-winning shots. And you're going to have to miss a few of them before you hit a few of them, right? So let's get on with this leadership conversation, man. This is something that my mentor, Henry Doris, has always been really harping on. And I never really thought about it until I started coaching with him and understand that everything comes down to leadership. Everything, guys. So as an entrepreneur, it's critically important, but in every area of your life, I want you to look at these different areas that we're going to uncover. But I want you to think about if you are a parent and you're running your household, you're a leader, right? If you are managing a group or an organization, a nonprofit, you are a leader. If you are in a church, everybody is a leader. And the degree to which you lead is pretty responsible for how successful you're going to be. As an entrepreneur, you're likely to reach a turning point in your career. You start out relying on your vision and critical thinking to launch a new venture, right? Then as your operation grows, you find that leadership and management skills become more important. You may consider yourself a natural born leader, or you may have to work at some aspects of this new role. With practice, you can strengthen your leadership skills in these essential areas. What are the essential areas that you must develop leadership skills in? Communication, right? It's number one, essential areas. Recruitment skills for entrepreneurship. You got to know how to get people to buy in if you're going to be successful as an entrepreneur. Delegation skills for entrepreneurs. That's critically important. And then a few other leadership skills we'll hit on as well. So let's jump into communication. How do you become that leader that understands the power in communication and how to leverage it? Number one, a good leader understands how to create connections. So you don't just talk to people as a leader, you connect with people. Engage your employees or your team members and develop the relationships you need internally and externally. Build a support network that enables you to seek advice, discuss ideas, and discover other points of view. A good leader doesn't just talk to people, they connect with people. How do you connect with people, right? My other coach, Brian Bean, talks about this all the time, because in our space of network marketing and home-based business, you got to understand this skill. Number two, asking questions. See, if you want to connect with somebody, ask questions. And when they answer, listen. Don't start formulating what you're going to say in your head until they finish what they're saying. Listen. Show others that you care by taking an interest in them. Find out more about what motivates your employees and team members and strategic partners and what their personal goals are. Seek help when you need it so you can make sound decisions and benefit from the experience of other people. Good leaders communicate well because they know how to connect. They know how to ask questions. Number three, these are things that you need to develop in your ability to lead in the area of communication. Share feedback. Ask others how you're doing. They'll appreciate your regard for their opinion, and you'll help each other to grow. When somebody is doing a good job, acknowledge that publicly as often and as big as you can. Because the number one thing that we all want is to know that we are appreciated, to know that we are doing a good job, to know that we have performed in an acceptable manner. So share feedback with those who are performing well, and then understand, we'll talk a little bit about getting those who are not performing well up to speed. So be willing and always sharing positive feedback. Number four, these are all under communication. Provide inspiration. Lead by example. Let your passion and purpose unite your team. Discuss your mission statement and integrate your vision with your daily actions. Use one-on-one meetings and other tools to help employees and team members align personal and organizational goals. Right? We're talking about being a good leader in a few different areas. In the area of communication, ladies and gentlemen, these are the top four that you really want to make sure that you're incorporating. So let me hit them just one more time, and then we'll get into our 1 minute motivation. So as a leader, your job, part of your job is your ability to communicate, create connections, engage your employees, team members, and strategic partners, right? Build a support network that enables you to seek advice, discuss ideas, and discover other points. Ask questions. One of the ways that you engage is to ask questions and be genuinely interested in the answer. Share feedback, right? Seek feedback and share feedback. Ask people how you're doing and always tell people how they're doing, right? Number four, provide inspiration, lead by example, right? That's your job as a leader in the area of communication. We are just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know and understand about leadership, and how to develop the necessary skills of an effective leader. Right now, though, it is time for 1 minute motivation. 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show is where I play a short 1 minute motivation video. I ask for you to comment your takeaway. I'm going to give a couple takeaways as well. This is me helping you start your day with some positive input that will transform your life. So let's get to it. 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
I had nothing. I just never gave up. I'm gonna tell you something. That decision cost me everything I had. I lost everything. I lost my family. I lost friends. I lost everything. I became homeless. I lived in a car for 3 years. But I just saw this. I saw this vision. I just pursued it. I said, wow, that's it. You have to take chances in life. Life is about risk. If you play it safe in life, you ain't gonna have much of a life. If you play it safe, you won't have much of a life. Life is risk. It takes courage to pursue your dream. Now, it's gonna cost you something. Most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream, because you're gonna have to hurt a little bit. And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I just learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Man, you better know it. You better know it. He said, if you want to be successful, or if you don't like to be uncomfortable, you should not even attempt to pursue success, because it's going to make you uncomfortable. But here's what I have come to know to help me be willing to take the risk. He said he made a decision that caused him to lose everything. Everything. Here's what helps me in my risk taking. Ask yourself this question. What would you do if you lost everything? What would you do if you lost everything? See, if you could answer that question, this is where your risk tolerance comes from, right? If I lost everything, would I go jump off a bridge? Right? See, when you can answer this question, this is where your risk, if I lost everything, what would I do? What would you do if you lost everything? If I lost everything, would it send me into a deep, dark depression? If I lost everything, will I give up on life? Not the kid. If I lost everything, it has already been predetermined in my mind that if I lost everything, then I'm going to rebuild it. I'm going to get up, dust myself off, and I'm going to rebuild. And because I already know that going into a situation, it affords me the ability to take risks. As much as I hate to lose, I know that losing is part of the winning formula. We shared a stat with Michael Jordan, and the 26 times that he was trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. Right? When Michael Jordan first came into the league, and every time they got to the playoffs, he got his butt beat. It was the losing that taught him how to be a champion. So nobody likes to lose, but winners know that losing is a critical component of the winning formula. So if you can answer for yourself, if you lost everything, and you're saying, if I lost everything, I'm still not going to give up, then that should allow you to take a few more risks. Life is about risks. He said, if you live your life safe all the time, you're not going to have much of a life. Life is about courage. Courage. See, a person who has courage is not a person that is fearless. There's no such thing as a fearless person. We all feel fear. People who have courage move forward in spite of the fear. In spite of the fear. It takes courage to win, y'all. Are you willing to risk losing in order to win? It's like in the streets of Wilson in St. Louis, where I grew up, and you get into it with somebody and you're talking about what you're going to go and do to somebody in terms of fighting and that kind of stuff. And there's a saying that we'd often hear, you got to bring some to get some. You got to bring some to get some. What does that mean? That means in order for me to pursue winning, I have to be willing to risk losing. I can't, the only way I cannot risk losing is if I don't play at all. But if I step between those lines to play, then I have to bring my willingness or my willingness to risk losing in order to go for the win. It takes courage to win, y'all. Don't pursue success if you don't like being uncomfortable. There's a lot of safety and security in the comfort zone, but what I've learned is nothing ever grows there. If you're trying to grow, you got to get out of your comfort zone and stretch. That is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com, the premier digital marketing mastermind on the planet. If you have a business and you do not like the position that your business holds on the internet, you might need to join the digital marketing mastermind and learn how to leverage social media, leverage the internet, build your sales systems, create your marketing funnels, understand lead generation and all those things. We cover all of those things in the digital marketing mastermind at MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. So make sure you guys go and check that out. We're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know about leadership and how to develop the necessary skills in these 4 main areas. Communication skills is the first. We talked about creating connections, asking questions, sharing feedback, and also providing inspiration and leading by example. What about the skill of recruitment for entrepreneurship? See, I'm in the network marketing space, and a lot of people don't like the network marketing or MLM direct sales business because of the recruiting aspect. They feel like, Cortez, I can't recruit people, or I don't like to recruit people, or that's a negative thing. Listen, man, you have to get people to buy in to everything that you do in life. Any married people listening to the stream right now? Where are my married folks at listening to the stream right now? Every day I got to get my wife to buy into something. Every day she's got to get me to buy into something. Even if it's just where we're going to go eat at. Even if it's whether or not she wants to give one of my sons some money. She's got to get me to buy in on that. And you need to develop certain skills. You're going to need partnerships in order to grow your business. And you're going to have to get people to buy in to support, right? You're going to need people who are in supportive and administrative roles that help you take on new initiatives and stuff. You got to get their buy-in. If you're taking a company public, you're going to have shareholders and investors and things of that nature. How do you get them to buy in? That all of those are skill sets that you need, not just if you're trying to recruit somebody to build a network marketing business with, but you got to get the buy-in. You got to get good at that. So if you are a church leader, for instance, you got to get a volunteer army to buy into the vision, to show up and help you do this thing when there's no monetary gain for them, right? You got to understand how to get people to buy in to your vision. So recruitment skills for entrepreneurs. Number one, build a pipeline. Go beyond posting ads on job boards. Create a pool of qualified talent who want to work with you. Clarify your employer brand. Stay in touch with passive candidates. Cultivate internal candidates who show potential for being high performers. Right now, this is if you have a company, and this is talking about your employees, right? But even if you don't have a company with employees, you're going to need strategic partners, right? And creating your network, your relationships. See, I have a lot of people who are in my business, on my team, and my network marketing downline. But I also have relationships with a lot of people outside of my network who do some great things that I can work with in other capacities. What are you doing to develop your network, right? And I'll tell you this. One of the things that you can do to develop your network is to give more, is to serve more, right? Is to create opportunities where you can bless other people without looking for something in return, right? Y'all hear me quote Robert Kiyosaki all the time, where he says, rich people don't work for money. While money is good, don't get me wrong, I want my coins, right? But it's not always about the money. Relationships are critically important. And there are things that you can do to earn relationships with people that can help you get to the bag down the road. I've got relationships that are panning out financially that we began to cultivate years ago. Right? That's critical. Number two, prioritize your hiring, right? Trying to fulfill multiple positions may feel overwhelming. Streamline the process by figuring out what's most urgent and important. And again, this is not just about hiring, right? If you are running a nonprofit organization, you're not hiring, but I need to get certain positions filled. That means I've got to get these people who will be volunteering their time. How do I get them to buy into the vision? How do I get them to buy into the vision and hook them strong enough to where they're going to help me build this thing, even though there's no paycheck at the end of the week? Focus on openings that have firm deadlines or more impact on the bottom line. Check off positions that are easy to fill so you can focus on those that require more specialized backgrounds. So in other words, have a clear picture of what you need. Every organization needs certain things. Have a clear picture of what you need and prioritize those needs in order of importance. And then you go out and you find that. Number three, promote diversity. One advantage of starting from scratch is that you can be intentional about hiring diverse talent. Make your hiring teams and job descriptions inclusive. Encourage referrals to target sources that can help you reach a broader audience. Listen, man, I think people got this diversity thing all twisted. And most people who are into diversity are only into diversity for being politically correct. Most people, companies big and small, are only into diversity for the sake of being politically correct, right? For the optics of, having different types of people in your organization. And they're not really tapping into the true power of diversity. See, what diversity is, our different cultures and our different backgrounds cause us to see life differently. And it is the different perspectives from which we see life is what allow us to bring the most value to any situation. But you know what happens at companies and organizations and all of this stuff is they want to have a diverse look, but then they want everybody to be the same. But the most crazy thing I've ever seen. They want a diverse array of people, or they want the appearance of diversity. Hey, we got this person that looks like this, and we got this person that look like this. We got this person from this background, from this culture. But when you get inside of these walls, we want everybody to perform the same, be the same, do the same thing, walk the same, talk the same, act the same. That's not really leveraging diversity. When you leverage diversity, you say, listen, when you show up, I need you to be your whole self. And everything that has created who you are today, I need you to bring that to this environment. And you never know what that's going to do. Now, you bring that in a professional manner, of course, but you got to let people do them in order to get the most out of them. But if I show up on your job and I've got to talk a certain way, I've got to act a certain way, I've got to put filters on and all of this kind of stuff, then you're not really getting me. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have in this country. Let's be 100% clear. We have the potential to be the superpower in the world because of the melting pot that America is. But because of discrimination, because of oppression of certain groups of people in this country, it's like we're killing the talent. And that's why we're going to continue to, our power is going to continue to degrade, because we've got 6, 7, 8 groups of people in this country whose voices are intentionally being suppressed. And I don't know about you, but if I'm in the game for world dominance, then I want everybody suited up and ready to go. Everybody. But that's just me, and everybody don't think like me. Real quick, guys, I got to share with you guys our complete financial makeover. I know some of you guys are familiar with what it is that I do, but a lot of you guys are not. And I want to give everybody an opportunity to get our Financial Edge membership. What is our Financial Edge membership? Hell, don't let me tell you about it. Let the professionals tell you about it. Check this out, and we'll be back and finish up our business leadership training in 1 second.
Money. Who took it? How can I get it back? How can I keep it? How can I make more of it? How can I get it to work for me? These are just a few of the questions millions of hardworking Americans ask themselves every day. This is also why MWR Financial has created the Complete Financial Makeover, a done-for-you financial success system that provides everything you need to save, make, and grow your money. Imagine what your life would look like if you paid less in taxes. You could lower your monthly bills. Your credit scores were amazing, and you were able to eliminate all your debts in record time, while being able to make more money than you ever thought possible with a team of financial experts that will help you save and invest like the pros all at the same time. Sounds amazing, right? Well, what if I told you there's a realistic, affordable way to make all of this happen that guarantees your success with no risk to you? You'd think I was crazy, or this is another one of those fancy sales pitches, right? Well, believe it or not, this is real, and thousands of people just like you are winning the money game like never before. You see, we figured out how to help everyone, regardless of their current financial position, lower their taxes, debts, and monthly bills, while increasing their credit scores, income, and investments all at the same time, without them having to become financial experts, because our experts do all the work. The only thing missing is you. So, what are you waiting for? Your money's not going to fix itself or magically start growing unless you do something about it. And with our risk-free guarantee, the only way you can lose is if you choose not to participate. With that said, get back to the person that shared this information with you. Have them show you a full presentation and start your complete financial makeover today, so you too can create your own before and after financial makeover success story.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if that's something that you would like to take advantage of, all you got to do is text soft intro to 314-874-6887, and I'll shoot you a full video presentation so you can see if that's something that you want. But everybody needs to get their taxes down, get their credit scores up, get their debts down, and get their assets up. And that's exactly what we teach you how to do, and our team of experts will do it for you. So we're talking business leadership, what every entrepreneur must know about leadership in certain areas. So we talked about the communication area. We talked about recruiting and getting people to buy in to the vision, whether you're hiring people and paying out salaries and commissions and things of that nature, or whether you're recruiting volunteers for a cause or a nonprofit organization. Let's talk about delegation skills as a leader in business. Number one, empower others. Reassigning routine tasks is a great way to free up your time for higher priorities. However, delegation can also be used to give employees challenging and rewarding opportunities that will help them to advance. Man, want to let people know that you trust them, that you value their knowledge, their research, their time, their skill sets. Give them opportunities to put that stuff to use, right? Give them opportunities to put that stuff to use, and that allows them to grow, that allows them to advance in the company or in your organization. Don't just delegate the stuff that you don't want to do, right? Number two, offer training. It can be difficult to step back when you've invested so much of yourself in your work. Helping your employees to continue learning will enable them to take more responsibility and increase your peace of mind. Create a culture and environment where not only is continuing education suggested or recommended, it's got to be mandatory. Because guys, if you're not growing, you're dying. There's no such thing as standing still on a planet that is revolving, where time is always marching on. There's no standing still. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. There's no standing still. There's no such thing as being stagnant. Like if you're stagnant, then you need a reality check. You're actually moving backwards. And you got to do something to fix that. And constantly learning, seeking out new information, new opportunities, staying on the cutting edge is how you do that. Number three, be flexible. Someone else may approach the same task in a very different way, right? Give others room to innovate and adapt their job to suit their strengths and their way of performing the job. It's nothing like somebody saying they trust you to get the job done, but then telling you exactly how to do the job and looking over your shoulder every step of the way. It's bananas, right? But some people manage like that. Some people lead like that. And I will tell you, those people will never be in leadership long, or they won't be effective in leadership, right? Let's talk about some other skills that you need to develop in the area of leadership. Cultivating your image, right? This is important. Depending on your industry, you may be able to wear sweatshirts to work. On the other hand, you may need to adopt a more corporate look and consider some basic public relations, some PR, right? That's important. According to your industry and where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do, how should you present yourself? How should you show up in the marketplace every day? How should you show up to work? How should you be representing your company, your brand? You guys know I'm huge on personal branding. And whether you know it or not, everybody has a personal brand. You may not be looking at your personal brand from a business perspective, but you do have a personal brand. And most people let their brands evolve instead of crafting them with intention. Listen, if I ask 10 people, let me see who's on the stream and who's commented. If I ask 10 people to tell me a little bit about Vivian, and they say, oh, she's kind, 8 out of 10 of them say she's kind, that is your brand, right? But if Vivian asks 10 people about me, and 8 out of 10 people say he's a jerk, that's my brand, right? Whether I'm intentionally crafting it or not. So if you have the opportunity to create the image that you want people to take away from meeting you, from hearing your name, from seeing your stuff, then you have to be intentional about that. Financial literacy is a must in any leadership capacity. If you're running a company, then yes, you'll have a CFO and you'll have accountants and things of that nature, but you as the person running a company need to have a solid understanding of financial literacy. You as the CEO of your family need to have financial literacy under your belt. That's why we offer the complete financial makeover. Because people just don't know what to do when it comes to money. And there's so much advice out here that sometimes it's hard to figure out who or what to follow. Well, you just get a team of professionals doing everything for you, and they're educating you along the way with our financial makeover. Master technology. Man, this is a huge pet peeve of mine. You cannot be in 2021 still talking about, I don't do computers. It's 2021. We've had computers for 30 years. We have the internet for 25, 26 years. You can't still be talking about, I don't do computers. I'm just not a tech person. You can't. Everybody's got to understand the basic functionalities and operations of basic technology. If you don't, you're going to get left in the Stone Age. You're going to get left behind, right? So master technology, digital equipment and software are central to almost any workspace today. Keep up with the latest trends. Number 4, give back. Give back. As a leader, you got to understand your responsibility to the community in which you operate. And when I say community, it's not just the community, like the physical community. Like I live in Florissant, Missouri. That's just one of the suburbs of St. Louis, right? So yes, I should be doing what I can to make an impact in the community of Florissant, showing up, participating in town halls and that kind of stuff. That's the community, giving back where I can, making donations and all of that kind of stuff, right? That's giving to that community. But also think about the communities that you are also part of. So for instance, if you are in natural health and beauty, that's a community. What can you contribute to that community besides just trying to sell something all the time? Right? Can you contribute some education so people understand the reason that natural health and beauty is important? What can you contribute? What can you give back to the community? If you're an actor, right, you're in a community of entertainers. What are you giving back to the community that you're looking to extract a lifestyle from, right? With enough commitment and effort, you can make the transition from solopreneur to an effective leader. Understand your strengths and weaknesses and put together a winning team that would help you, your company, your organization, whatever it is that you're building, help those things grow. So when it comes to leadership, guys, there's leadership in three main areas. That is your communication. We're talking how to make and create connections, how to create engagement, ask questions, share and receive, be willing to ask for people to give you feedback and share feedback, provide inspiration, lead by example. Then there's your ability to recruit or to seek buy-in, to get people to want to help you and partner with you. Keep your pipeline full, keep your network of connections of people that you can go to. Prioritize based on your needs and the level of importance of those things that you need. Know what you want in your organization to get it to move, and also promote diversity. You want people who, if you brought in a bunch of people who think like you, then chances are you can only go so far. Skills of delegating are important, right? Empower others. Don't just give them menial tasks that you don't want to do, but give them bigger tasks that empowers them, that shows that you trust. Offer training, be flexible, and know that because you want to get something done, everybody's not going to do it the same way you do it. Be flexible in that. And then make sure you cultivating the right image, cultivating the right culture as well, right? What do you want the culture to be, the environment that you're bringing people into work with you in and around? What do you want? What does that look like, right? Develop your financial literacy, master technology, give back to the communities that you are extracting from on a regular and consistent basis. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is the key to success. The first person that you must lead is you. Self-discipline is something that I'm also harping on consistently, because it's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is discipline. The bridge between where you are now and where you want to be is discipline. You got to continue to put one foot in front of the other to get to where you want to go. That takes courage, that takes discipline, and you got to be willing to put in the work. So that's it for today's show. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Until next time, I want you to get your money. Absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, tomorrow, I've got a very special guest coming through. Have you ever thought about what it's like to buy or position your business to be sold? Well, that's what Michelle Sealer Tucker does. She buys and sells companies, right? And she trains people who have companies on how to build them in a way that they can be sold. Imagine building a business over the course of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then you turn around and sell that thing for 40, 50, 60 million dollars. Yeah, we're going to get the inside scoop from Michelle on tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all come back and rock with your boy. Until then, get your money up because you deserve it. Peace out, my brothers and sisters. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.